Oh boy, here we go. Optimus is clout chasing off Pyrocynical. I like how this is tagged as gaming, by the way. This is apparently a gaming video. Even though the only thing that's gaming about this is just the background.
Cynical finally made a video
Gotta post a gaming video, but let's add drama to it, guys.
kind of responding to all of the allegations and everything made against him over the last God knows how long now at this point.
And he
To
was
kind of give
really
you guys like
fucking stupid for responding to it in the first place, because all it did is give these drama queens their daily outrage video to post about.
a quick refresher because I really just want to get in and cover the entire situation as quickly as possible because I was actually in the
As
video
quickly as
and
possible. Did you see how quick my last one was about this situation? 2 minutes and 45 seconds. How long does he go for? 11 minutes and 36 seconds. Well, I gotta get to at least that 10-minute mark for the extra ads, guys.
that he responded
But
to.
I'm gonna cover this as quickly as I can.
And I want to talk about the entire situation and address some things and just talk about it. Basically, what happened was Pyrocynical has been accused
Basically, what happened is some dipshit 15-year-old is getting involved with adult activities when he should just be minding his own goddamn business.
of having sexual conversations.
And before anybody says, "Oh, you're simping for Pyrocynical," I'm not even subscribed to the fucking guy. I don't watch any of his fucking content. All I know is the guy is a creep. Okay, he's not an internet predator, but he's definitely a strange creep with a weird fetish. Okay.
With a minor by the name of Ivory. Now, these were some weird conversations, of course. I mean, obviously, we can all agree on that regardless, just based on the, I guess, the nature of what they were talking about, even though
Finally, something he says that I agree with.
there was the age difference or whatever. And there was kind of like this big situation that blew up where there was
Not
a
that he
debate on
knew
whether
that the guy was 15 anyways. There's no proof of that.
or not he knew the age of Ivory before having this.
But look, this guy is part of the Cockatera community, so facts don't matter to these guys. They'll just pick apart the facts that they want to address, and the rest is, well, maybe, well, perhaps, well, I think. No, why don't you just stick with the fucking facts? How about that?
Conversation. And some other minor situations have kind of been drawn as parallels into this entire thing that have all been kind of combined together to be used as a point against Pyrocynical to claim that he tried to groom this 15-year-old, attempted to have a sexual relationship with a minor.
Yeah, even though there's no proof of that, by the way. But let's just run with the story, guys. Who cares if it's dragging his name through the mud? See, now if I were to post a video like this, but with actual proof and evidence against somebody, like with the beat 'em up situation when I was showing that, like, hey, look, guys, this seems kind of shady. 10,000. Where does the last $10,000 from this charity event go? See, when I post videos about it, oh, you're just a clout chaser and you're just a hater and they throw a temper tantrum. But when this bigger YouTuber covers an even bigger YouTuber, isn't this clout chasing? Oh no, he's just covering the news. He's just exposing him as the creep that he is. Like, I'm tired of these double standards on YouTube, man. You know, if you're a tiny channel, then oh, you're not allowed to talk about this other YouTuber. But because Optimus has a bigger YouTube channel, he's allowed to cover it, even though he's doing the exact same fucking thing. It's stupid.
Other things, and it was a horrible look for Pyrocynical when it came out, obviously. I mean, when the allegations came out, they were quite damning. Screenshots of chats.
And look, he's even trying to push his merch shit. I don't push any of my fucking trash on anybody. Look at this shit. This is clout chasing 10 times more than what I was doing. I don't get shit for these fucking views. And these motherfuckers are buy my fucking shitty t-shirts, guys. Here, look, I got some more merchandise in the store. I put a little tiny logo on here. You can be a walking billboard for me. Look at this shit. Why would I want a fucking hoodie that says Optimus on it? Fuck that shit. I don't want to be a walking billboard for some gay-ass motherfucking YouTuber. Fuck this faggot-ass shit. Well, go to my Patreon, guys. This is clout chasing to the fucking 10th degree. This shit's ratcheting up to 11. But when I cover a topic, oh, you're just clout chasing. fuck off with that stupid shit.
Things, and the community obviously has taken notice. I mean, even myself, I made a video, a lot of other commentators made videos talking about the whole subject.
Look at this shit, man.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I don't know who the fuck you are, but thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell.
But fuck all that stupid gay shit. Nobody cares about that shit.
On his subreddit,
people like, they treat you like you don't even know how YouTube works. Everybody knows how to subscribe to a YouTube channel. You stupid motherfucker.
Also had made like a big
we don't need constant reminders.
Kind of, wrapping up a bunch of stuff with the situation for, I guess, a lack
Look at this shit, guys. He's still going. Join the channel. It's only $4.99 a month. Nobody cares. Holy crap, this guy is just fucking begging at this point.
Pyrocynical in his response
God
claimed
damn.
that this document was more or less kind of biased against him, was used and maybe written with maybe malicious intent. And
See,
so
notice how he keeps using words. Maybe, well, maybe he was using malicious intent. Maybe, perhaps, possibly. I don't know. That's what they do when they don't have facts. They use these little words so that way they cover their own ass. You can't turn around and say that's a lie. That's bullshit. No, what you said is not true.
Well, I didn't say, I just said maybe. I said maybe he did this.
Well, maybe you're a fucking faggot who shouldn't be uploading videos accusing people of shit you don't know anything about.
About his response. Now, I was in there for like 5 seconds, right? Because I made a video talking about this whole thing, like when it kind of blew back up, because it's been a weird situation where it's like kind of been up and down. Like, I guess these allegations were kind of old by the time I had even known about them. I didn't know about them for a long time. Turkey Tom released his Google Doc, and I guess that kind of rekindled a lot of it, along with Pyrocynical's response on his subreddit and whatnot. All these different situations started to kind of rekindle it and whatnot. And that's where I kind of picked up on.
Pyrocynical should have just let this shit die off. Who cares what these stupid, tiny-ass channels say about you? Right? Because if it was any other situation, right? If it was me accusing... I could accuse Optimus right now of being an internet predator. No facts, nothing. Just, this guy's a groomer. And then, like, what would come of it? I mean, seriously. He should have just let it ride off. Instead, Pyrocynical made a dumb choice by responding to it, because all it did, like I said in my last video, all it did was just show to his audience what a weird, creepy fetish he was into. That's the only thing I got out of it. Like, I don't even watch Pyrocynical's content, but when I started hearing about this stupid drama shit, and I looked into it, I'm like, that's the only thing I got out of it. Like, yeah, he's not an internet predator, but wow, he's went into some weird, stupid shit. That's the only thing I got out of the whole video that he uploaded. I watched it, guys. I watched it myself.
Right, I didn't know about this from the beginning or anything, and that's, of course, when I and many other commentators made videos on it. So to address Pyrocynical's response, I have to say, as somebody who's seen countless YouTube apologies / response videos, all these different types of content that have come out over the years from countless different types of creators, this was one of the better, more reasoned responses that I've ever seen. Pyrocynical, for about 23 minutes, addresses pretty much every point that he can head on. He doesn't waste any time addressing what needs to be addressed. He provides evidence.
He doesn't need to address it at all. He should have just let it ride off, because if I were to talk about Optimus, like, he wouldn't fucking respond to me. So Pyrocynical should have did the same shit. Like, you can accuse anybody of anything at any time. And if it's not true, and you know it's not true, then and there's no proof of it or evidence, then why even waste your time responding to it? It's not even worth it. If anything, you're gonna benefit from the extra added attention, because it's gonna draw more clicks to your channel. Even if those clicks are people who don't like you or believe these allegations, who cares? It's helping your channel. So who gives a shit what other people think about you? He should have just let it ride off. I'm telling you guys, him making a response video, even if it was a good response video, was fucking dumb. It was a mistake. He should have never did it. Look, guys, I've been watching YouTube since 2007. I can tell you that's exactly how it should have went down. He should have just never fucking shed any light to it at all. and he would have been in a much better situation than he is in right now, because all it did was it fanned the flames, guys. That's all it did. It's fanning the flames. Oh, look, he responded to it. Now we can get more shit from this.
Including screenshots.
It was dumb.
His story actually makes sense, which is a good thing, obviously, because, I mean, at the worst case scenario, right, it would have been like Pyrocynical would have been this horrible person, right?
Who cares if he's a horrible person? What is that gonna do? Honestly, like, let's say that there was proof of this shit. What is making all these stupid, dumb YouTube videos gonna do about it? It's not gonna do shit. If he's really involved in illegal activities, then why the hell are you wasting your time making videos about it? Go report it to the police.
Quite a reasoned response, which, like I said, on YouTube, that's quite rare, man. I mean, we've seen
seriously, with an allegation like grooming is illegal. So go report it to the police. What are you doing wasting your time making videos about it then? If there's proof of it, then go do that. Go show the proof to the police. Go have them arrested.
People get on here and start crying.
But that's not going to happen because it's not true.
They always say, oh, I didn't want to make this video, but I have to defend myself. And no, he didn't do that. He actually owned up to what he did as well. He admitted his fault, which
made him look really fucking weird.
Thought was really good because, as I'm going to explain here in a little bit, he's still in the wrong, even though he's
still in the wrong.
Bit of the situation, and he's addressed a lot of what's happened.
What about this 15-year-old that's getting involved with adult activities in the first place? If you're a 15-year-old, why are you reaching out to adults in the first place? Why can't you mind your own damn business? Why can't you just go along with whatever you were gonna do? Why don't you go hang out with your friends or whatever? Oh, I'm gonna talk to this adult and I'm gonna get involved with his weird fetish shit. It's weird. Stop fucking clout chasing off Pyrocynical and go do something else with your life.
You know, I'm more inclined to believe that he's not like this horrible human being like, initially kind of figured to be. And a big point I've seen used against Pyrocynical, and something he actually also directly addressed in his video, is the fact that he was kind of afraid to have his, I guess, sexual fantasies kind of aired out on the internet. Because, I mean, to keep it a $150, he's into some weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? These weird fantasies, these odd conversations that he admitted to having with a minor. But when it comes down to it, I don't know if I'm the only one here who doesn't really care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what Pyrocynical jacks off to. Like, it's none of my fucking business. I feel like that really
You don't care, but you're gonna make videos about it. Long videos about this.
Even really equate into the issue whatsoever. Like, I understand why he was afraid for that to come out, you know what I'm saying? Because, people on the internet, they're very judgmental and things like that. But I can't say that I'm not judgmental because obviously I judged the situation very harshly from the jump. But this just isn't something that I really judge him on, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are into weird stuff, whatever, you know what I'm saying? He owned up to the fact that he had a conversation like that with a minor. He then goes on to say basically that these are things that he only really fantasizes about. It doesn't carry over to anything in reality. And as far as like the whole grooming point, he doesn't consider it grooming, and he doesn't think it should really be considered grooming because
it's not grooming. That's why.
He never planned to make any advances with Ivory. So I'm going to leave that one up for you guys to decide. Personally, I believe what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? I really don't think, and mostly because of his explanation and the evidence that he's provided in this video, that he really had like these horrible, like twisted intentions. Now, at first, when you're seeing all this, it's like, oh, this is disgusting, and that's kind of how it looked. And it's probably my fault for maybe not looking a little deeper into the situation, or
gee, you think?
Or maybe knowing some of this context, because I feel like some of this was maybe a little bit more publicly available than I'd like to say it was. But then he also addresses some points that like are just fucking psychotic, you know what I'm saying? That like I didn't even know about, okay? So there was this clip that came out from Tommy C, who I actually like. And there's this video of Tommy C where he quite literally makes the claim that Pyrocynical was going to be flying this 16-year-old out to basically try and have a relationship, if you understand the gist of what I'm saying when I say that. So that's obviously quite the fucking claim to make. And when I first saw that clip,
it sure is. Is there proof of it? No, of course not. But let's just go along with it anyway because it adds for the drama.
Was kind of stunned because I've never seen that clip before. Apparently this was like completely false too. This is like a complete false allegation made. And as it turns out, the whole point of this 16-year-old being flown out was to go to a public event together, which was actually verified by PewDiePie's editor. So there's like basically a testimony to that claim. It's not like this is just being made, oh, this is what I say I'm doing. Somebody else actually verifies this claim, and as it turns out, apparently the flight never even occurred in the first place. So as this situation has kind of unfolded, it's been kind of weird to see because, it's been almost like this back and forth, right? Where there's been a lot of claims obviously made against Pyrocynical, and now he's kind of addressed these, I think, in a better, more direct way. In my opinion, this is a much better response than that Reddit post was. It even seems more genuine, in my personal opinion, and I think that plays like a pretty big part into it. So I
don't think it plays a pretty big part into it. I think that it just made him look even worse. It was a mistake. He should have never responded in the first place.
I think it's controversial to say that Pyrocynical was in the wrong. As a matter of fact, it's something that he will openly admit. He was in the wrong for having these conversations with Ivory in the first place, but as he makes it, it wasn't what it was made out to be. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't as if like he was, basically being a Discord predator or like doing some weird stuff.
And that's the same thing that killed Boogie's channel. Look at how irrelevant Boogie2988 is now. And why is that? Because he can't stay out of the damn drama. He has to respond to every single thing that's said about him. And it killed his channel. You do more harm by responding to allegations against you than not. I mean, you're better off just not. And that he's proof of that, guys. Boogie's whole channel is pure proof of that. So many subscribers and nobody fucking watches him. He struggles to get 100,000 views per video. That is horrible for the amount of subs he has. He has, 4.2 million? And Pyrocynical is just above him. Like, I'm telling you, it's not worth it.
He was literally trying to, entrap a minor, or like he knew of the age. He showed evidence such as like conflicting dates on messages and things like that in his video. And if you haven't seen the video, like I'm going to link it below. You probably should have already watched it before you saw this video, but
no, I don't care.
I heavily encourage you to watch that video because it is honestly a very good response. So like I don't think it's controversial to say that Pyrocynical was in the wrong for having these conversations. Not because it was some weird stuff like that he was talking about, because it was some like out of pocket type of sexual fantasy, but obviously because it was with a minor, and he even openly says in his video that it was his responsibility to verify age. He failed to properly do that in the first place, and that's what kind of led to this whole situation happening. And with that, do I believe that Pyrocynical at this point is like some, psychotic Discord predator, like how it was looking from the jump? No, I really don't.
But I do think that he's a really weird creep that is into some really weird shit.
Like if he really was like this horrible individual who was doing some very psychotic, twisted things, he would not have made such a reasoned reply. You know what I'm saying? If he really was doing like some horrible shit, I feel like he would have been much more like defensive and irrational. You know what I'm saying? Because at least from like my personal experience,
look at how long he went before he actually ended up responding, though. So yeah, I mean, if you respond to something right away, you're gonna naturally be more heated, because he's probably at first pissed off about this, because I mean, look at how many people were accusing him of shit that's not true. If somebody's accusing you of shit that's not true, isn't that gonna piss you off naturally, whether it's true or false? It's gonna piss you off. So he did the right thing there, at least. He didn't like immediately make a response video, because he would have went off and it would have made him look even worse than it made himself look already by responding. So yeah, at least he responded rationally. At least he waited to make a proper response, but I wouldn't have even done it at all. Fuck him.
Are guilty of doing something, right? They become like very paranoid almost when you call them out for doing something, and they don't really use logic anymore. And plus, he provided a lot of good counter evidence. The dates are matching up what he says from, like his Twitter suspension and things like that. He addressed the points head on. He didn't dodge anything that people were saying. He didn't play the woe is me victim card. He just took what was said at face value. Then he addressed it with good evidence. And I think that was the best way that he could have responded. And as someone who looks up to Pyrocynical, because, I mean, he's one of my commentary idols. He's one of the reasons that I've made this kind of content. I was extremely disappointed to see these allegations, and I was like mortified.
No, you weren't. You were not. You were like, woohoo! Drama. Time to get some views. Time to get some clicks. Time to clout chase off of this bigger YouTube channel. Because that's money in your pocket, man. Like, come on. Just be honest about it. That's money for your pocket. Like, you saw how hard he was pushing his shit at the beginning of this video? We were a minute into his video, guys. And he was pushing his stupid merchandise and shit. Like, come on, dude. You were ecstatic when you saw this. You were like, oh shit, a big YouTuber, a gigantic YouTube channel is getting accused of some illegal shit. Oh, hell yeah, son. Let me make like 3 videos about it, at least.
That I had supported somebody who had possibly done something like this, but I really don't think he's as terrible as was made out, and I do feel bad for maybe kind of jumping, I guess, on the bandwagon and kind of, I guess, maybe...
You jumped on the bandwagon because that's what a full-time YouTuber would do. You would immediately jump on the bandwagon and go along with what everybody else thinks, because that's what's going to get you the most clicks. That's what's going to get you the most likes, the most subscribers. It's just, love me or hate me, guys, that's exactly what it is. And that's the way it's always been, and that's the way it always will be. If you want to get a lot of likes and subs and all that other shit, just go along with what everybody else wants you to say. Simple as that.
Deep enough into the situation before I spoke on it, because, I mean, at the time, in my defense, I felt like I knew the full context because of the Turkey Tom document, because of other videos.
No, the only people that know the full context is the 15-year-old and Pyrocynical.
That I had watched on the subject because I had read the response that he had made. But as I've watched this Pyrocynical response, and as I've seen like clips like Tommy C's, I've become aware that I missed some pretty key context before I said anything. And especially in a situation like that...
You jumped the gun because you were ecstatic to get some clicks.
That's not a good thing, right? So I think in future situations, I'm going to focus more on, focusing on, I guess, trying to get the full context before I guess...
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Pick a side, maybe? I'd like to think that my stance is still quite similar to what I originally had, because...
I didn't realize there was a side to pick here. Is it the 15-year-old versus Pyrocynical? Is that the side? You got to pick a side? Well, if you pick the 15-year-old, you're in the wrong, because all he was doing was trying to get some internet fame off of this situation, I think.
He was in the wrong, but I do think he looks a lot better than he did. But at the same time, I do also realize that this is still probably a fluid situation. I feel like Turkey Tom is probably going to respond to this. At the end of Pyrocynical's video, he said he just wants to move on from this and kind of get past it and everything, so I'm not sure if he's going to respond, but I feel like Turkey Tom, especially with all the pressure now put on him, basically from this video alone and the reaction that it's getting, I feel like he's probably going to respond. I think